Hello everyone, welcome to the ichimokocharts.com daily analysis for the S&P 500 for Tuesday, February the 21st, 2012. Well, a continuation of the trend to the upside today. We have a candle that's made a higher high and a higher low. A spinning top type candle, so a candle of indecision, so it does raise some doubt whether this market will continue this trend to the upside. Spinning top candles are candles of indecision because of the smallish body in the middle of the range, roughly, and the shadow on the top and the shadow on the bottom, and that represents downside price rejection and upside price rejection. And the small body represents, in this case, the buyers making only a very small amount of net bullish progress. We could see 2 trading periods ago that we had a very large green body candle, a lot of momentum to the buyers, and then that momentum began to slow with the next candle, a fairly small body candle, and then an even smaller body. So this market is set up for a potential change of trend. So we do need to watch the low of this current candle, which is at 1358. So that's very important. Just looking in bigger picture terms at the trend, and we do have the market making a series of higher peaks and higher troughs, and it has been for quite some time. So a very strong market in the second time frame with regard to peaks and troughs. We can also see that the market's been trading above the Kijun-sen for quite some time, and that confirms this very strong bullish price action that we've had in that medium term time frame. It's been quite some time since we've been trading down below that indicator. Also quite some time since we've been trading below the Tenkan-sen, so a lot of strength in the fast term time frame. Now the market is trading above the cloud, so the market is also bullish in the longer term time frame. And the Chikou span, if we look here, it's above the corresponding price action, so that's confirming this bullishness that we're seeing in this market. This market is a long way away from the cloud, however, so there is a possibility that you could see the market pull back and attempt to find equilibrium in any of these 3 time frames. And this spinning top type candle is suggesting that the market is ready for at least some type of relaxation from this strong upside momentum that we're seeing now. If that does happen, if we look at this previous trading range where we had a similar type of price action, where we had this large green body and then the smaller bodies at the top of the trend, and we only had one day where the candle was red, and then 3 days later another moderately large red body candle, but the market failed to trade substantially into the previous upswing and formed a very tight trading range from which the market broke out of. So there is a possibility that this market also may not retrace substantially and could form a trading range. Now above where the market's trading, obviously the 1363, 1364 area has held as resistance today and the previous day, and we do have a resistance at 1370. If the market can trade above 1370 and see a solid bullish close up above there, we could see the market easily trading up to 1400, the round number. And there isn't any solid resistance between that 1370 level and 1400. So perhaps we're seeing the influence of that resistance around 1370 at the moment. Let's watch that low, look for support down at the Tenkan-sen initially, and we know that when the market has a lot of upside momentum, especially in the fast term time frame, the Tenkan-sen is the area where we see that initial support, and we can see here on this occasion here, and most recently 4 trading periods ago where the market found strong support there. So let's look to that 1352 area. If we do see the market trade below there, 1344 was a previous area that we should be looking to support at, and then the previous resistance from not long ago at 1332, and then down to 1324 and the Kijun-sen at 1322. So a very strong support down below, a spinning top indecisive type candle, not a lot of probability that the market will test up above the 1370 level at the moment, but if we do see that breakout, the market could react quite quickly and trade up to 1400. Next, moving on to gold, and here we see a fairly large green body candle with continuation of the trend to the upside. A candle that's made a higher high and a higher low on a green body candle, meaning that the buyers have made strong net bullish progress. The previous day's trading was a spinning top type candle and an indecisive candle, but the market found support down around the 1723 region, and we can see that area was tested on quite a few occasions and strongly rejected from that area. On one occasion the market closed down below there with a fairly indecisive candle and was rejected from that area. Above there, however, we do have strong resistance at 1767, where we saw strong rejection, and another attempt to trade up to within that zone was rejected a couple of weeks ago. But today we've seen the market with some strong upside momentum testing up to that area again. So the market does seem to be building for an assault around that area. A fairly large green-bodied candle, but the question is, has the market gained too much momentum all at once? If we look at the previous trading over the last week and a half, very small bodied candles representing neither side making bullish nor bearish progress, and finding support down at that 1723 region. In terms of Ichimoku, the market is trading above the cloud, so we have an overall positive bias in big picture terms in the long-term time frame. In the medium-term time frame, we're trading above the Kijun Sen, so the market's bullish in that time frame. The Kijun Sen has turned flat, so we did see price action attempting to retrace back towards there. There is still a possibility that we could see further retracement back towards, but we do have that strong support at 1723. In terms of the Tenkan Sen, we're trading above that indicator, so the market is bullish in the short-term time frame, and we haven't been bullish in the short-term time frame for quite some time. We can see that the market was trading down below there, but this 1723 support has acted as a very strong boundary for this market. Looking at the Chikou span, it's above the corresponding price action, so that's confirming this bullishness that we're seeing in the market in all three time frames. So for tomorrow's trading, let's watch if this upside momentum by the buyers can be maintained. 1767 is a very important area considering this strong previous rejection. If we do see a bullish breakout above there, we could be trading fairly quickly up to the next resistance around 1800 or up to 1814. Next, moving to light sweet crude oil, and here we see a market with very strong upside momentum. A long series of green body candles, one small doji about roughly a week or so ago, which did have potential to change the trend to the upside, but that was followed by a series of candles that were making higher highs and higher lows and making them very strongly, especially over the previous couple of days. And we have the size of the bodies becoming larger and larger, meaning that as this trend was continuing to the upside, the buyers were making more and more net bullish progress to the upside as the trend continued, and it's telling us that the trend is very strong. Sometimes that can be an indication that the trend is about to exhaust. If the market is overly strong, it can't be maintained, and there is a possibility that we could see the market relax. To the upside, we do have fairly strong resistance that the market will be encountering soon at 106.95, so we do need to watch that level, and it wouldn't surprise if we did see some rejection from around that area considering the strength of the trend over the previous week or week and a half. If the market does come off, we do have a small window between the last two candles, so that could act as some sort of support. But we also have potentially strong support around the 103.39 level and just above, which was previous resistance just recently. In terms of Ichimoku, we do have a bullish market in all three time frames by trading above the cloud, the Kijun Sen, the pink line here, and the Tenkan Sen, the green line. And we can see how sharply those indicators are pointing up, reflecting this strong upside momentum that we've seen. Chikou span here is above corresponding price action, confirming the bullishness in this market. So a market that's really gained some very, very strong upside momentum. The buyers are in control of this market. they're very strongly committed. But let's watch how the market interacts with this 106.95 area, 107. If we do see downside price rejection, we could see some sort of retracement or congestion occurring fairly soon.